Hello and welcome to the program. This is Week in Review on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Kabir Hassan. On this episode, we are looking at stories that shape national conversation, especially the one from Kano State, where the Kano State governor defects to the ruling party, APC. We're also looking at the National Assembly resumption and all other stories that shape national conversation. Now let's take a look at the details. The political landscape of Kano State has assumed a new dimension with formal defection of the state governor, Abba Kabir Yusuf, member of his cabinet, and all 44 local government chairmen to the All Progressive Congress, APC. At the official declaration of his membership held in Kano, Governor Yusuf said his defection to join APC was taken in the best interest of Kano State and its people. Global TV correspondent Idris Jibrin reports.
An e-registration of Governor Yusuf into the All Progressive Congress. This marks one of the most significant political moments of 2026 in Kano State, as Governor Yusuf, alongside 22 members of the State Assembly, 9 members of the House of Representatives, and 44 local government chairmen, formally defected to the APC.
I, the Governor of Kano State, Abba Kabir Yusuf Abba Gida, along with my cabinet and all the chairmen, plus the members of the House of Assembly, 22 of them out of 24, and members of the National Assembly, 9 of them out of 14. On behalf of all of them, we have taken the decision to align Kano State politically with the APC.
While declaring his membership of the APC, Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf said his defection was driven by a deep sense of responsibility, stressing that the interests of the people of Kano State must come above all other considerations. He added that his move is aimed at supporting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda for national development.
It is a conscious decision to more effectively support and liberate the renewed hope agenda, which seeks to transform our nation across critical sectors.
Receiving Governor Yusuf into the APC, the immediate past governor of Kano State and former national chairman of the party, Abdullahi Ganduje, described the governor as a man of integrity and vision. He said Governor Yusuf's decision to join the APC is a bold step toward promoting peace, unity, and sustainable development in Kano State.
The executive governor of Kano State, I would like to inform you that you are most welcome to our great party, the APC. You are most welcome back to your house.
Those in attendance included the Deputy President of the Senate, Barrow Jibrin, Senator Abdurrahman Kawu Sumaila of Kano South, ministers, and members of the House of Representatives. From Kano, Idris Jibrin, Global Television News.
The chairman governing board of Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, FAN, and the former state governor, Dr. Umar Abdullahi Ganduje, has reaffirmed its commitment to efficiency, sustainability, and improved passenger service with the deployment of electric shuttle buses and cabs at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. The chairman made this known at the flag-off ceremony of a new transport system at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport. Saadatu Garba has details.
Addressing stakeholders at the event, the chairman, governing board, Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, and former Kano State Governor, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, said the transport system is part of ongoing reforms to modernize airport operations, enhance safety, and provide a more seamless travel experience for passengers. Ganduje described the initiative as a direct contribution to global sustainability targets, including the International Civil Aviation Organization's goal of achieving net zero carbon emission by 2050.
As part of this deployment, FAN is introducing 10 electric shuttle buses and 20 electric saloon vehicles into airport operations. These vehicles will support airside and landside logistics, staff movement, and passenger services, strengthening coordination and efficiency across the airport.
The Managing Director of the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, Olubumi Kuku, said the deployment of electric shuttle buses and cabs at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, marks a significant milestone in the authority's drive towards energy transition, sustainability, and improved passenger service.
The launch of our electric shuttle buses and cabs today is a powerful demonstration of that commitment, not just to service excellence, but a more sustainable and climate resilient future.
The Chief Executive Officer of Neo Electric, Mosope Olose Bikon, described the deployment of Nigeria's first fully electric airport shuttle service as a bold statement of leadership by FAN, placing the country alongside leading aviation economies, adopting low-carbon, climate-aligned transport solutions.
FAN is doing what only leading aviation economies are doing, modernizing airport assets through sustainable low-carbon mass transit. This places Nigeria firmly in global conversation on ESG, net zero and climate-aligned infrastructure.
With the rollout of electric shuttle buses and cabs at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, FAN is positioning Nigeria's aviation sector on a cleaner, smarter, and more passenger-friendly path, reinforcing its commitment to global sustainability standards while setting a new benchmark for airport transport service in the country. Saadatu Garba, reporting for Global TV News.
The National Industrial Court of Nigeria has ordered workers under the Joint Union Action Committee, JUAC, to suspend their ongoing strike in the Federal Capital Territory. The rule followed a suit filed by the FCT Minister, Nyesom Wike, and the FCT administration seeking to halt the industrial action. Here's the report. The legal battle over FCT workers' strike moved to courtroom as the National Industrial Court sitting in Abuja considered an application brought by the FCT administration against leaders of the Joint Union Action Committee. The claimant asked the court to restrain the union from continuing the strike, picketing government facilities, or disrupting activities within the Federal Capital Territory. Delivering the rule, Justice Emmanuel held that while the dispute qualifies as a trade dispute, the right to embark on industrial strike is not absolutely once the matter has been referred to the National Industrial Court.
We commend the court for making an order for the stopping of this strike, restraining the workers from going on strike or continue with the strike. I think this is commendable because it's going to give the parties opportunity to discuss, and then the order is given according to the law.
The judge ruled that workers are barred from embarking on or continuing a strike during the pendency of a case before the court, adding that any ongoing industrial action must cease immediately until the suit is determined. The court consequently granted an interlocutory injunction restraining the union from further strike action and adjourned the matter to March 23, 2026 for hearing of the substantive suit.
They have been doing their best trying to reach out to the minister, but the minister refused to see them. And they went on strike, which is the only instrument a worker, an employee can use to express his grievances. And my lord said, since the matter is in court, matter cannot be in court, and you control with the strike. Call off your strike, go back to work while we adjudicate on it.
A few hours after the court ruling, activities gradually resumed at the FCTA headquarters, as the main gate was sighted open with visible movement of workers and vehicles with heavy security mounted. The development suggests compliance with the court order following a days of disruption caused by the industrial action. Stakeholders now await a lasting solution of the dispute as legal proceedings continue. Kabir Hassan, reporting for Global TV News. And now moving on to the National Assembly, the Senate has returned from its Christmas and New Year recess with a pledge to accelerate actions on key national issues as President Bola Tinubu forwarded major judicial and health sector reforms for legislative consideration. Senate President Godswill Akpabio also raised concern over insecurity, hunger, and the political climate ahead of 2027 election. National Assembly correspondent Anita Patrick reports.
Welcoming his colleagues from the Christmas and New Year break, President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, highlighted the need for urgent legislative interventions to address rising insecurity and hunger across the country. He commended ongoing military cooperation between Nigeria and the United States while expressing condolences to families who have lost loved ones to insecurity. Akpabio warned that worsening food shortages demand immediate attention, referencing projections that millions of Nigerians could face severe hunger in 2026 if proactive steps are not taken. He also urged politicians to be guided by conscience as the country gradually moves into the campaign season ahead of the 2027 general elections.
Clarification of judicial structure and seniority. The bill seeks restructure provisions relating to the composition, precedence, and ranking of justices of the Court of Appeal.
Meanwhile, during plenary, the President of the Senate read 3 communications from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The first was the transmission of the Court of Appeal Amendments Bill 2026, which seeks to strengthen the capacity of the appellate courts. The proposed amendment includes an increase in the number of justices from 70 to 110, clarification of judicial structure and seniority, and the establishment of an alternative dispute resolution center within the Court of Appeal to handle matters that may be settled out of court.
This Senate extends its deepest sympathies to the families who have lost their sons and daughters to insecurity across our dear nation.
In the second correspondence, the President requested Senate's confirmation of the appointment of Justice Oyewole Kayode as a Justice of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. The third communication conveyed the President's request for the Senate's consideration of 24 health sector bills aimed at reforming existing health laws, including efforts to streamline what was described as an over-bloated membership of the governing councils in the sector. Lawmakers also observed a minute silence in honor of former Senator Godia Akwanshiki, who represented Nasarawa North. The Senate subsequently adjourned plenary to January 28, 2026. From the National Assembly, Aniete Patrick, reporting for Global TV News.
Still in the National Assembly, the House of Representatives has assumed plenary after Christmas recess. It, however, suspended plenary in honor of 2 serving senators of the National Assembly who reportedly passed away during the Christmas holiday. The Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, called for the adjournment after announcing the departure of the senators. National Assembly correspondent Anita Patrick on this and other activities in the House of Reps.
It is the tradition of the National Assembly to suspend plenary of the day following the demise of either a member of the House of Representatives or the Senate. During the Christmas holiday, 2 senators died. They are Senator Oke Eza and Senator Godia Akwanshiki. The Deputy Speaker of the House, Benjamin Kalu, while welcoming members back from their 5 weeks break, described Senators Godia Akwanshiki and Okechukwu Eza as grassroots politicians with the interests of the nation at heart, praying them eternal rest in peace.
In his honor, and also in the honor of Senator Okechukwu Eze, Enugu North Senatorial District, 2023 to 2025, as well as Senator John Kojo Brambaifa, Bayelsa, West Senatorial District.
In another development, the House of Representatives Ad Hoc Committee investigating agricultural subsidies, intervention funds, aids and grants programs have summoned the Auditor General of the Federation, the Minister of Finance and the Minister of Agriculture over the expenditure of funds released for agricultural programs between 2015 and 2025. From the National Assembly, Aniete Patrick, reporting for Global TV News.
Still in the Green Chambers, the House of Reps has passed the 58.4 trillion naira 2026 budget estimate for second reading as laid at the National Assembly by the President Bola Tinubu, while turning attention to growing threats on food security in the Northeast. Lawmakers also resolved to probe agricultural intervention as farmers struggle with rising input costs. Again, National Assembly correspondent Anita Patrick reports.
Leading debates on the budget, the House Majority Leader Julius Ihonvere described economic reforms as difficult but necessary, stressing that growth remains the foundation of sustainable development. The House approved the general principles of the 2026 budget, acknowledged inherited structural challenges while noting improvements in revenue performance, foreign reserves, exchange rate stability, and reduced inflation.
First order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to authorize the issue from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the Federation the total sum of 58,472,628,944,759 naira only.
The economy before the 2026 budget grew by 3.98%, a decent figure compared to many other countries in developing countries. That inflation is down to 14.45%, down from about 25%. The non-oil revenues increased, exports grew, and direct foreign investments expanded.
During the same session, lawmakers raised concerns over worsening poverty and hunger across the country, with the Northeast worst hit. Lawmaker representing Yobe State, Khadijat Buka, warned that despite improved security, many farmers remain unable to return to their farms due to lack of inputs, credit, and infrastructure.
Resolves to strengthen and harmonize ongoing national poverty reduction, food security, and post-conflict agricultural recovery initiatives with deliberate focus on agrarian communities affected by insecurity.
Another motion called for an investigation into agricultural intervention funds meant to boost food production nationwide. Resolutions adopted urge the federal government to strengthen agricultural recovery programs in conflict-affected areas, mandate the Ministry of Agriculture and the Northeast Development Commission to scale up support and tax house committees with tighter oversight.
Mr. Speaker, resolved to investigate the circumstances leading to the non-releases of this sum, 55,295,810,075 kobo, to the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security.
With the budget passed for second reading, the House adjourned plenary for 2 weeks to allow detailed scrutiny by the Appropriation Committee. From the National Assembly, Anita Patrick reporting for Global TV.
Says it's stepping up military support to Nigeria as the country continues to fight against insurgencies. U.S. African Command confirmed increased material deliveries and intelligence sharing, while also revealing details of the recent American airstrike carried out in Nigeria. Mukhtar Qasim reports.
The United States is increasing military assistance to Nigeria, including the delivery of equipment and enhanced intelligence cooperation as the government battles multiple armed groups across the country. Speaking to AFP in an exclusive interview, U.S. Africa Command's Deputy Commander, Lieutenant General John Brennan, said Washington remains committed to supporting Nigeria's counter-terrorism efforts.
Trying to accelerate the foreign military sales process so they can purchase more. We've agreed in principle to various equipment sales that are probably sensitive to the Nigerians, and I would add.
Nigeria has faced persistent attacks from extremist groups, particularly in the northeast and northwest regions. Lieutenant General Brennan also addressed U.S. airstrikes carried out on Christmas Day in northwest Nigeria, shedding light on the target of the operation.
The most recent information we received from the Nigerians was it was ISIS West Africa or ISIS Sahel related. We developed those targets in conjunction with the Nigerians at their behest.
The United States military says its cooperation with Nigeria is aimed at weakening extremist networks and improving regional security across West Africa. Mukhtar Kasim, reporting for Global Television News.
And now, away from Nigeria, South Sudan government says it's not at war after days of heavy fighting against rebel forces that has displaced more than 180,000 people. Fighting erupted in Jonglei State, north of capital Juba, in late December, in the latest clash between factional loyal to the president, Salva Kiir, and his longtime rival, Riek Machar. Uyi Agbomofebi completes the report.
South Sudan is the world's youngest country and has been beset by civil war, poverty, and massive corruption since it was formed in 2011. Witnesses and non-governmental organizations claim that since late December, President Kiir's forces have seized parts of Jonglei, triggering a violent response from the government, including the indiscriminate use of barrel bombs on civilian areas. A senior general, Johnson Oloni, was filmed ordering troops to, quote, spare no lives, unquote, in Jonglei. Government spokesman Ateni said this might have been a slip of the tongue, denying that his country is at war.
First of all, we are not at war. And I said this during my interview with the BBC this morning. The SPLM, SPLA-IO, the spokesperson, said they are advancing toward Juba, so we are only stopping the advance of the SPLM, SPLA-IO, because we also have the right of self-defense, and therefore, in the process of practicing the right of self-defense, you will see us fighting to make sure that we stop the advancement. But the country is not in war. We are not in war.
United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs had said South Sudanese authorities estimate the number of displaced persons in Jonglei at more than 180,000. Kiir and Machar fought a brutal civil war from 2013 to 2018, and the subsequent peace deal has been unraveling over the past year. Uyi Agbomofebi, reporting for Global TV News.
And that's it on this episode of Weekend Review. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and on StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using at Global TV NG. I am Kabir Hassan. Thank you for watching. See you some other time.